podcast. I'm your host, MJ, aka MMA LOTN Tonight, and on Twitter at MMA LOTN. I'm coming off a sweep at Bellator 201, where I went 2-0. Both of my Lock of the Night and Dog of the Night plays hit. First off, I had Juan Archuleta defeating Robbie Peralta by knockout. I thought he was actually going to win by decision, as I said last week, but he was able to find the chin of Robbie and just completely dust him. So that was my Luck of the Night cash for plus 202 units, as well as Alima McFarlane being my Dog of the Night play. I could have taken her straight up, but then I saw the odds where she dropped at like minus 450 and went down to about minus 370, and before the fight started she was back up to like minus 400 to the minus 500 range. Thankfully, when they dropped the odds for the props, her in the distance odds were actually plus 190, and I jumped on that immediately. It was too hard to pass up, and I knew right off the bat that, this is a fight that she can easily win with her jiu-jitsu, and she did. So, by the time the fight came around again, that line flipped as well. It wasn't really a dog money play anymore. It was at minus 160 or so. So, I'm kind of happy that I got it at plus 190, and props to anybody that tailed me early enough to get that plus money on that line. So again, that was a total of plus 5.82 units for Bellator 201 with an 83% return. And yeah, that completely nullified the horrible Emmers bet from Tuesday that week on the Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series. That one really hurt. I was sulking about it up until I finally finished up Bellator 201. And it's like that event never happened. We profited 0.82 units that week and completely erased a stupid bet in Jamal Emmers. So I'll be sure to, be a little bit more skeptical about those plays when I'm thinking about the Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series. So, without sulking on it too much, let's just move right on to what we'll be tackling today, which is going to be the Ultimate Fighter 27 finale, which goes down on Friday. And then we get 226, which is the Monster card on the Saturday night. So, a fun 2-day stretch. Definitely this is a weak card, TUF 27 finale. But there are a couple spots here. I ultimately ended up going with one. But yeah, it should be an entertaining card though, so definitely something worth checking out. And then also, if you want to tail me, definitely something to look forward to making money on. So without further ado, let's get quick picks going, and then I'll get my my Lock of the Night play breakdown in there and finish up the rest of the card with quick picks as well. So kicking off the card, I got Oscar Piachoda with a second round KO over Jalen Mushart. I got Matt Bissett with a third round TKO over Steven Peterson. I got, honestly, before I even talk about these TUF fights, I did not watch TUF besides the one bet that I made, but I did not bother watching any of the rest of the TUF fights. So I might be butchering these predictions. Don't tail me on these TUF predictions besides the one that I'm actually going to be playing. So getting back to the quick picks, I got Zangai with a first round KO over Gunther. And then, that rolls us right into my Luck of the Night play, which is another prop. As you guys have been seeing, I'm a little prop happy, and especially with this coming weekend, I'm going to be prop happy, but for, a good reason. So in this one, I got a fight does not go to decision between Luis Pena and Richie Smullens. I actually see Pena probably KOing him in the first round, which is why I'm pretty confident in this bet. With Richie Smullens, we're getting an Irish fighter from SBG, trains O'Connor and those guys. He's 3-0-1. His one actually comes from a fight with Rhys McKee, who's a pretty well-known fighter over there in Bama in the UK scene. The fight went to a decision. It was a really back-and-forth fight. A fight that I think Rhys McKee could have easily won had his takedown defense been any better. So he was the bigger, longer fighter, was able to, land almost at will on Smullens, but Smullens was able to eat those shots, come forward, get the takedown. As sloppy as they were, he was able to get the takedown, which is why I say if Rhys McKee had some better takedown defense, he probably could have finished Smullens inside the distance as well. With Luis Pena, this guy, I saw the line kind of flip on him a little bit. Not really flip, but get steamed as soon as the odds dropped. And I was wondering why. Again, I didn't really watch TUF, didn't bother paying attention. But once I couldn't really find another spot on this card, I took a look at that fight. I'm like, you know what? There might be some... I see both these guys have never really gone to a decision besides Smullens' one draw. And I'm like, maybe there's an opportunity for a fight doesn't go to decision prop here. So I took a look at the tape, and I definitely saw that Pena was he'll be the much stronger fighter. He'll be the much more polished on the feet. He's coming from a wrestling background, even though most of what we've seen has pretty much been a stand-up game. And we're talking about a big dude. We're talking about a 6'3" Pena fighting I believe a 5'9" or a 5'10" Smullens. When Smullens fought Reese McKee's 6'2". And we definitely saw a huge height and size advantage there for McKee. And I think we're going to get the same... Well, I know we're going to get the same thing with Pena, with him being even a little bit bigger than McKee. And I believe also the stronger fighter. And especially, again, like I've said, with that wrestling background, there's no way Smullens is going to get this guy down with those shitty, he really... He kind of just muscles his opponents down. He clinches them. Sometimes he'll just push them or just drag them to the ground. Or sometimes he'll try to get a little crafty and get the trip in there with his leg. But I don't think that's something that Pena will fall for. Pena's a big dude. It's going to take a lot more than strength to get Pena down for Smullens. If Smullens is able to get him down, he has an interesting jiu-jitsu game, has gotten a bunch of leg lock wins, but Pena, I think, is too well crafted for that. I think he's going to be able to stay away from those takedowns, and once Richie's not able to get those, Smullens covers up very poorly, and his striking defense isn't the greatest. He always gets hit. Pena brings the heat. Pena brings those beautiful elbows, some beautiful striking techniques, and I think he's going to piece Smullens up on the feet after he stuffs a couple of those takedowns. It's really going to wear on Smullens. It's going to break his confidence, in my opinion, and Pena is going to have a field day with him. I believe first round KO, but given the perseverance we've seen from Smullens over his past couple of fights, I wouldn't even be surprised to see it go into the second round. However, I do not see it going to a decision. If by a freak accident Smullens gets the leg and pulls off a leg lock, the bet still cashes with the fight doesn't go to decision. So that's why I ended up going with the fight doesn't go to decision at minus 195. The line on Pena was about minus 280, minus 300 range. I may have taken Pena if he was a little bit lower, minus 250 or better, but I saw the better line at minus 195 for the fight to not go to a decision, which, again, I think it will regardless of who wins, even though I think Pena is going to light him up and fuck him up. So, just moving right on, I got Rachel Ostovich decisioning Montana De La Rosa, Julian Marquez with the second round KO of Alessio Di Chirico, Barb Honchak decisioning Roxanne Modafari, Martin Bravo decisioning Alex Caceres, Giannetti with the second round sub over Trezano, and then in our main event I got Brad Tavares TKOing Adesanya in the third round. As you guys know, I've just had a lock of the night play for this card. I'm not really impressed with too many of the possible dog money plays. If I were to have made a dog money play, it would probably be on Tavares, but I'm not going to take the chance on that. I'm just going to stick with the lock of the night, be very disciplined and strict with my dog of the night plays. But fret not, I do have one on UFC 226, which is the next card I'll be breaking down. That will be out for you guys on Thursday. So I'll be breaking down my 3 plays I have for that card. If you guys don't know what the plays are yet, just make sure you check out my Twitter feed at MMA LOTN, and you guys can see those plays there if you don't want to wait till Thursday. So yeah, that's pretty much a wrap up for TUF 27. Good luck with your bets, and I'm gone.